On my third and last morning in Paris, the sun was beaming down from a blue sky, and since I had a few hours left before my train would depart to Germany, I thought I would walk the 3 miles to the Eiffel Tower and back to check it out. One cliché which never fails to prove true in Paris is the chaotic traffic. They don't care about crosswalks, they don't care about traffic lights. All cars just pour into an intersection and honk at each other. Everybody tries to squeeze by everybody, and it's so dangerous to walk there or ride a bike. On my walk to the Eiffel Tower, I came across the famous Champs-Élysées Boulevard, from where you can see the Arc de Triomphe in the distance. I thought about going there, but I didn't have so much time left, so I decided to just snap a quick picture. After zigzagging through the city for about an hour, I made it to the Eiffel Tower. The sun was so bright that I could hardly see it, but I'm glad the camera caught it properly. I had been near the Eiffel Tower once before, 4 years ago. That was back there at the Place de Trocadero. From up there, you have a great view to the tower, especially during sunset, because the sun sets right behind it. Now that I had seen the Eiffel Tower from close up, I decided to take one of the hop on, hop off boats which run along the Seine, and you can buy a day ticket, a day pass for about 20 something euro, and you can get on and off the boat at 9 different stops as many times as you want during that day. Sadly, though, I missed mine by a minute, and the next one wouldn't have come for another 45 minutes. So I decided to walk back towards the Louvre and then straight up north back to the hotel, where I would get my luggage and then roll them to the train station and ride the train home. One of the bigger issues I have with Paris is that for people like me who have diabetes insipidus and need a toilet fairly often because I need to drink so much, so I need to pee so much, this is really a problem because there are some public toilets across the city, but they are always open, and many of the homeless people use them, and they look so crappy that I just don't want to go in there. And in Germany, it's usually possible that you place 50 cents, sometimes they want a euro, um, on the table in a restaurant, and they let you use the toilet even though you're not a guest of the restaurant. But in Paris, they don't do that. There's a waiter in the entrance of every restaurant, and they ask you if you want to eat or drink something. And if not, they don't let you in, not even for money to use the toilet. So when you say, yes, I want to eat or drink, they take you inside to your table and they stand next to you until you have ordered something. That's when you can go use the toilet. So around here, between the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre, I would have had to pay about 12 bucks for a cup of coffee just to use the toilet. That sucks and is so unfair. These swimming gardens are fantastic if you ask me. They offer refuge for all kinds of birds. They are cat safe because the cats can't reach them, and they were donated to the city and created by the artist Niki de Saint-Phal, whom my mother really adored. Niki was most popular for her Nana figures, maybe you know those. And yeah, she donated this to the city so that the city would get a little bit more green and people and animals would have, yeah, a place with some peace and quiet. Now I was approaching the Pont Alexandre III, so the bridge of Alexander III. It is the most beautiful bridge in Paris, a little bit pompous maybe, but definitely an eye catcher. And back there, that's the Musée d'Orsay, the Orsay Museum, where Hugo Cabret was filmed. This is the bridge in all its glory, and when you look across, you can even see the Invalid Dome in the back. That is the Orsay Museum to my left once more, and to my right, that's called Le Petit Palace, the Little Palace. It's not little, believe me, but Google said there's an affordable cafe inside, so I'm hoping to find an affordable coffee in there to use the bathroom. Would not have expected an affordable cafe in this. I mean, look around. I felt totally underdressed. And I thought, if there's a cafe in here, I will not be able to afford even a glass of water. I was surprised this place was even free to get into. And then they told me, hey, the cafe is in the garden. I mean, look around that place. Isn't that crazy? Bad news is Google wasn't quite correct. Affordable is a relative term in Paris, I know, but $7 for a cup of coffee is still quite expensive. Good news is the cafe was so crowded that I was able to sneak in and out without anybody noticing. Yay! Here at the Place de la Concorde, you can see three famous Paris landmarks in one picture. On the left is the Eiffel Tower, in the back is the Arc de Triomphe, and right in front of it to the right is the Egypt monolith. No, it's called an obelisk. I'm sorry. This is where the gardens of the Tuileries start, and if you remember from yesterday, they end right next to the Louvre. On my way back to the hotel, I came across this fountain which was completely frozen over, and the figures all looked like they were wearing icy wigs, don't you think? All in all, I would say, considering that I had only 2 afternoons and 1 morning in Paris, I definitely made the best out of it. The city really has some beautiful sights, but there is just too much which annoys me about this city, so I'm good for now and I don't need to come back anytime soon. Maybe one day, but not too soon. I hope you enjoyed my little virtual tour around the city. And if you stay until the end, you can see the few obstacles I had to overcome on my way home because it turned out to be a little bit complicated. So the thing is, during this second week of January 2024, Germany was crazy. Everybody was on strike. The farmers were on strike, the truck drivers were on strike, and the trains were on strike. Deutsche Bahn, totally, no train anywhere. So I did make it to Cologne, but then I needed to walk up there and cross the entire Hohenzollern Bridge across the Rhine to the district of Köln-Deutz, where my housemate was so kind to pick me up, because otherwise I wouldn't have known how to get home.